Okay, this will be my super early thoughts on Batman Arkham Origins. Now, I didn't want to do this video mainly because I wanted to wait until they release the trailer, see some gameplay, so that I can have more of an idea of what they're going for with this Origin game to the other two. Now, I decided to just go ahead and give my early thoughts and just kind of talk about what I want to see and what I want to experience in this game. So I'll start off with the voice acting since that seems to be like the big topic everybody's talking about. Kevin Connery not coming back as Bruce slash Batman. I love Kevin Connery as much as the next guy. I've said it before, he is Batman. Yes, a lot of people recognize him as Batman. Through the 90s animated series and through the previous Arkham games and, other stuff he's voiced in, like in the animated DC movies. He even voiced Batman in Injustice Gods Among Us. And I'm surprised he was the voice actor in that. And he's going to be voicing him in Batman Flashpoint Paradox animated film, which is weird because that's not even Bruce, that's Thomas Wayne. But anyway, I don't mind when they have different voice actors for Batman. Just like I don't mind different actors, I don't mind different takes on a character. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing who they're going to choose to take over as voice acting. Now, the reason they say he's not going to come back, Kevin's not going to come back, is because this is supposed to be a younger Batman. And they said that they also wanted somebody more intimidating. And I like the sound of that. Although I think Kevin is definitely intimidating, but I can understand what they're going for making him more intimidating, because Batman is supposed to be scary. And I don't understand that. Like, I left a comment on some video, they were talking about the game, and somebody's like, well, Batman's a good guy, he shouldn't be that scary. I'm like, that's the point of the character. Batman is supposed to be intimidating, scary. He's supposed to strike fear into criminals. Yes, he's a good guy, but he plays rough, and that's what I like from my Batman. Not to say that Kevin's not intimidating, like I said before. He is intimidating, he is rough, and he's proven that he has a lot of range with the character. He does a good job with distinguishing Bruce from Batman, although not as much anymore, but he does a good job with that. He's done a good job with that. And also, he's proven that he can do the older Bruce as well, and Batman Beyond. So, yeah, that doesn't bother me that they're not going to have Kevin. I like seeing different takes on the character. I think Bruce Greenwood did a great job as taking over as Bruce and Under the Red Hood and in Young Justice. I think he is just great for Bruce and Batman. I think he does a good job as that character. Some of the other voices have bothered me, like the guy who did him in Crisis on Two Earths animated film. Forget the guy's name, but he wasn't very intimidating as Bruce. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing who else they choose. I'm hoping that he'll come back, Kevin will come back for like a sequel to Arkham Asylum, because this is a prequel. I think it'd be a good idea to have him come back as, for the third installment after Arkham Origins. So, yeah. Just because I think it'll be better to fit in continuity. But, yeah, that's all I really have to say as far as the voice acting goes. I mean, I've heard that the Joker's supposed to be in this, and I know people want Mark Hamill as a Joker. Again, I don't mind different voice actors for the Joker. Yes, Mark Hamill has established himself as a Joker from the animated series and other things he's voiced in, but he's getting older, and you can kind of hear the cracking in his voice a little bit, especially in Arkham City. You could really start to hear it crack. And I think he said the only time he would come back is if they did like an adaptation, an animated film of The Killing Joke. So yeah, and honestly, I don't want the Joker in here because, and this is going to lead me into my other part of the video. I mean, my other topic and that is the premise of the game. It's supposed to take place on Christmas Eve or during Christmas, and it's supposed to be assassins come after Batman. I love that idea. I actually think that could have been like a good idea for like a reboot for the movies, but I like the premise of that. Now we're talking assassins. A lot of people have mentioned this before in their videos. They got Deathstroke, which is cool. I like the design. I'm liking that Slade's going to be in here. That's awesome. I want people like David Kane, Lady Shiva, Cheshire, even Sportsmaster would be great. You know, assassins. Even Bane, because Bane has been an assassin before. You know, he's been hired by, he was hired by Lex Luthor in No Man's Land. In Batman No Man's Land, he was hired by Lex Luthor to do some stuff when Gotham was like separated from the rest of the world pretty much. And he was also hired by Ra's al Ghul in the comics. I think he was like the leader of the League of Shadows in the comics, where Ra's al Ghul and Talia pretty much hired him for that. So yeah, an early version of Bane, like Nightfall Bane, would be great to have in here. That'd be interesting to see a younger version of Bane as well. So yeah, he would work for this. But the Joker, I really don't want to see the Joker. But I can understand how the Joker would be in here because, you know, the Joker has been a part of Batman's history for a while. I think it'd be interesting if they showed his origin in here, like him falling into the chemicals and whatnot when he's Red Hood, and then you see Batman fight him like as a mission. That'd be cool. And then, you know, you knock him into the chemicals by mistake, and then he becomes a Joker. That'd be interesting. But yeah, that's what I expect from an assassin. I forget how many assassins they said, but yeah, it's going to be assassins come after Bruce. And Christmas Eve, that's a cool idea. And I'm really liking that they're rolling with this idea. I really love Black Mask is going to be in here. He's going to be a big part of this story. Roman Sionis. Looking forward to seeing what they do with him. I really hope that they get a good voice actor for him, because I didn't like him in The Batman, the cartoon, The Batman, and I didn't like him in Under the Red Hood. He was okay in Under the Red Hood, but he was a little bit. They played him up as too much of a joke, rather than the serious Black Mask that I want. You know, the serious, hard hitting, I'm not afraid of anything Black Mask, Roman Sionis that I want. So. And I saw some screenshots and stuff like that. It looks like they have the false faces of society, you know, Black Mask's gang members and whatnot. So that's going to be cool. I'm liking that premise. And I'm hoping that the premise is Black Mask is the one that hires all these assassins to go after Batman and take him out. So looking forward to that as well. I'm liking the character designs. I really love the costume for Batman in this. I think it looks better than the Arkham City stuff. You know, the trunks are gone, which is a plus for me. You know, it's got that very modern look to it that I like. I love the designs that they're going with for this game. You know, everybody so far looks great. I'm really satisfied with that. Some other things I want to talk about is I'm hoping that the fighting style in here is very, very polished. You know, I don't want this to be like the same punches, the same kicks and stuff like that over and over again. I'm really hoping that they really polish the fighting style for Bruce in here. You know, this is supposed to be early in his career. I want to see him kind of struggling a little bit, you know, with his fighting style, but he's still kind of polished with. It's still kind of polished, and you know what I mean. I want to see more of that in this game. I also want to see. I've heard that there's some missions where you're going to get to play with the vehicles like the Bat Pod and you know stuff like that. That's cool. Like that they're going with that as well. So I really don't have much else to say. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. When they release a video for the gameplay, you know, for the trailer and stuff like that. Also the music. The music has to be very eerie and very, very you know, just very, very dark. And I'm really hoping that they keep that tone. Since it's taking place during Christmas Eve, though, or Christmas, I'm wondering if they're gonna have the Falcones in here, because the Falcones. I mean, I know it's not gonna, it's not Long Halloween, where a villain's gonna be attacking every holiday, but That'd be interesting if they had Holiday in here. I think that would be really interesting to have him in here, or the Falcones. I forget the Russian chick that they had, the big lady that the Falcones had working for them. I forget who she is, but maybe she can be like an assassin or somebody he fights. Who knows? But I think that'd be interesting. But I'm definitely looking forward to this a lot. I'm liking, like I said, I'm liking what I'm seeing and hearing and reading, and it just looks like they're gonna really do some interesting things for this. So that's my thoughts on what I want to see from this game. Uh, and I don't really have much else to say. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to cover in here before I let the video go? Oh, Gordon. I'm wondering what they're gonna do with him. Like, I'm wondering if the police would show up, Gotham PD, Gordon, a younger Gordon. That'd be interesting as well. Um, it's just gonna be all around very fascinating to see what they do with this franchise. And I'll leave the video off here. Bloody Days, Gory Nights. You guys tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time for when I talk about this game. Peace.